How should our police force deal with it?
Well, thus far, I think credit where credit is due. The Metropolitan Police have increased their patrols around synagogues and the like, and other heavy populated areas of London where there are lots of Jewish people. Unfortunately, we have seen a spike, a considerable spike, an additional 650 incidents, not all crimes, but incidents, that the Met have released those figures today.
Anti-Semitic incidents, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. And of course, London is a global city. There are people here from every corner of the planet. Unfortunately, because of our appalling immigration record of late, there are people living in this country, living in this city, who we simply do not know who they are. We do not know what their intentions are. We don't know where they live, and we don't know their backgrounds. That's a fact. And of course, will some of these people who perhaps have bad intentions and support terrorist organisations, will they spill out onto the streets tonight to essentially turn what might be peaceful protest into disruptive process? I hope not, but we'll have to wait and see.
OK, all right. So at what point would you like to see the police swoop in, I suppose? Because it's all very well and good sitting back, isn't it? But if we end up with people driving around London in their cars with, you know, whatever flags that they've got, shouting abuse at people massing at an Israeli embassy, for example, you know, I think there's going to be some demonstrations tomorrow as well. I mean, at what point is it the right point for the police to start going in and making arrests? Because I suppose the downside of that is that could make it kick off even more, couldn't it?
Well, recent policing has decided, and I think with some justification here, that at many types of protests, it is actually better to gather the evidence, to film these people, to get their faces on camera as they're committing their disruptive or their criminal acts, and then later identify them and giving them a knock on the door sometimes afterwards, because it can be very difficult with substantial crowds of people to form a snatch squad, for want of a better expression, to kind of drive a corridor where officers can go in to a massing disruptive crowd and drag people out. That in the past has proved to be very problematic, so the police often gather the evidence and make arrests afterwards. The Met Police here, and possibly other police forces around the country, if protests crop up in other cities, are going to have to walk a very, very difficult tightrope here. And in many regards, they have my sympathy. Rest assured, the TSG, the Territorial Support Group, are primed, are ready, will be just round the corner. Their public order kit, otherwise known as the riot kit, the shields, the helmets, the visors, the protective clothing, that will all be at the ready, and it will be deployed if senior officers go, enough is enough, this has to be quelled.
OK, Peter, thank you very, very much. Peter Bleksley.